Hi, Carlos. Thank you so much for coming to BizTalk. How are you today?
I'm good. Yourself, Max? Thank you very much for having me.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for coming. So let's start giving an introduction yourself, and after we talk about your venture.
Sure. So I'm Carlos, the founder of VXG. I'm 32 years old. Not that doesn't matter, but I'm a project manager as a professional. My previous role was a project manager in the oil and gas industry in Siemens, and I left Siemens to execute this project because I've seen a huge potential on the gaming sides in Web3. So Web3 made me quit my job to actually start an idea from the scratch. And that's it. I have 4 years of project managing, executing in high budget projects in cybersecurity and digitalization of the oil and gas industry. So, and in a nutshell, I'm a project manager with a technical background, Max.
Thank you so much, Carlos. I mean, oil and gas is one of the most complicated industry to digitize and go into tech. It's very complicated.
It is.
Old-fashioned, extremely old-fashioned. So let's start talking about VX Gaming.
Let's go. For everyone that is watching this stream or the video, greetings to everyone, and thank you for Max to welcome me here to VXG. I wanted to bring an idea to the gaming world where we introduce a protocol /layer that allows everyone to monetize their skills in the gaming sense. So we want to give rewards to everyone, from the game developers to the content creators and to the players. So how we started doing this? Well, we realized there was a huge problem in the gaming space, especially in the Web3 space, where play-to-earn games started to arise in early 2021, but suddenly players were losing money, and not because the games weren't fun or the games were bad, etc., just because the framework that gives revenue to the players actually was not sustainable. So we've seen a lot of games being on the high trend and suddenly just lose revenue because the framework was not sustainable to give revenue to all the players. So that's one of the problems that we have seen. Then, of course, the gaming industry is not just all the players. It's now the game developers and content creators. And we have seen that content creators doesn't share the content from Web3 because they don't trust not the quality, but the security of the game. So if the followers are losing, or the players are losing money, what's the point of showing a game to their community and lose community? That makes no sense. And also they lose revenue when receiving donations from their followers. So the tipping systems from streaming platforms remove up to 40% and sometimes 50%. So, and also they don't develop all the new ways to interact with their community, which is a way we've seen it that we could improve their systems. In the game developer side, we have witnessed a lot of talent coming into the blockchain, but they couldn't deploy their game or publish their game seamlessly or without friction into Web3 because they have to learn new technologies, they have to learn new languages, and that's a roadblock. So what have we done? So what have we done is basically a platform, a Steam in Web3, but with the competition side. So we are creating a platform that allows everyone, a game developer, a creator, whatever, to release a game, and VXG provides all the set of tools for them to be profitable, or at least to launch a game and bring some community to play it. And most important is we provide stable revenue to the game developers with stable coins. Same thing for content creators. So since we are a Steam in Web3, we also curate more or less the ecosystem. So that means content creators can actually stream the games in Web3 or in VXG because we are committed to curate the ecosystem. So the games that we have in there are safe, secure, and most important, we review their tokenomics and mechanics to know that it's sustainable to have in our ecosystem. And at the bottom, we have the players. So if the players have different options to different games. Of course, all the games sustainable. Then they can monetize their skills in different games. And when I say monetize, is actually democratize what is esports, because nowadays you have multiple talent in esports, but they are sponsored by media companies, publishers, etc. So if a new player wants to start his journey or her journey in esports, they don't have the financials to get into those tournaments. But maybe they have $1, maybe they have 2 cents to start playing and monetize their skills. So actually is opening the barriers to everyone. Now, you don't need to have $1,000, you don't need to have $1. You can have just 1 cent and start monetizing your skills. So that's what we are doing in the Web3 space. We are, as I said, a platform that the business model is based on fees, but we have 3 verticals to gather revenue. So we have the competition side, which is the play to earn. We have the marketplace, and we have the arena. So the competition side is all the matches that are done in VXG. We collect some fees to pay to the game creators or to the game developers, to the content creators, or to the players. So we have this mechanism that allows everyone that participates in this part of the business model to earn from their skills. So, and it's not volatile tokens, it's always on stable assets. So it can be USDC, it can be USDT, or whatever. The marketplace is where we offer our services or third-party services like skins, coaching, and data, or even NFTs regarding the ranking in our platform. And we take up to 10% on those consumers. Again, on the arena, what we are aiming to do is to sponsor new talent in the esports scene. So to create another vertical of revenue is we're going to stake players, new players, that we see they have enough talent to give us some revenue too. So we will make deals like 50-50. We will pay all the expenses to the players, all to the tournament buy-ins, all the buy-ins for them to play, and they will give us 50% of the gains that they are making, and also playing as a free role, so they don't have to stress out if they are running out of money, whatever. We will deal with everything. So why? Because all of these 3 verticals exponential increase our revenue. So this is our team. I'm Carlos, as I already said. We have Sam in the legal and strategy side. I met him in my previous job. He has done a lot of work in the DeFi space, especially doing proposals for one of the biggest DeFi aggregators, which is Curve Finance. Then Charek, which is an auditor, and that another part is amazing that Charek is an auditor, because if you want good code to be written in Solidity or in blockchain, hire auditors, because they will know what the biggest mistakes are being done in the industry. Mark Simões, a very good close friend of Charek too, is a full stack developer and has been doing chess wrappers, CSGO bots, and he knows backend and frontend from the beginning to the end. And then Marcio, which is a good help for us, because he is mainly user on Web 2, and coming into the Web 3, it helps us showing what Web 3 is missing, especially the roadblocks that Web 2 have in Web 3. We all have experience in the crypto side, but we all like to communicate and to know what could be improved in the Web 3, make it simpler for everyone in the Web 3. Our tokenomics, we are trying to raise $200,000 for 5% in pre-seed stage. We haven't announced anything. At this stage, we are more focused in gathering community, but of course, if an angel or a VC would like to jump in and support our project, we will be very happy. But our main point here is we are looking for community more than money at this stage. Our achievements, I haven't mentioned, but we haven't received any funding. We are a bootstrap project, so we started with an idea, and we really believe on what we are building. So that's why we wanted, before we reach out to anyone to ask for money, we would like to show what we have built so far. So we have Lichess as our first game, as our proof of concept game. We have CSGO 2 in our pipeline. It's in the dev stage. We have an agreement with Buncha for the feature of off and on off-ramp fiat in our website. We have more than 2,000 members in our social media channels. We have achieved more than 3,000 game matches in our Mumbai testnet, and we have 4 ambassadors in Asia promoting, let's say, and supporting VXG, doing tournaments and competitions on a daily basis. So this is our go-to-market strategy. Of course, this is just some bullet points. It's much more detailed in our documents. But to have an idea, we want to be on online events, doing some partnerships with games and guilds, and have an active online presence in all the channels that you can see in there. So what we have achieved so far in the roadmap, you can consider the big bang stage almost done. We are finishing our developer dashboard so everyone can integrate games and our content creator dashboard. And then we will focus on the dark age and all the steps of the roadmap. Why do we have a competitive advantage in the market at this stage? Well, we are setting the tone for all the play to earn out there, saying you have to be sustainable, because you can have a really good AAA game, quality game, etc. But if you're not sustainable for the players, you're affecting them. You're not promoting fun or whatsoever. So for us, we are setting the tone and setting the tone for the industry. We know that we have a simple UI, UX to use. It's familiar for the Web2 users and Web3 users from the surveys that we have done. We are one of the first projects that are doing ranking based on the tokens that a person holds, and with that comes the benefits of the metagame strategy. Why the metagame strategy? That's the point. If there is a strategy on holding or having or using your tokens, that means that is already utility in there. So the utility of our token is not only governance, is also the ranking and the benefits that you have with your ranking. So since we are a layer or a protocol that the business model is based on fees, you will be able to pay less fees to the protocol and earn more from there. I haven't seen also no one doing a play to earn team to increase the revenue of your game or even if your protocol. And at the end, we are a protocol that is focused on the rewards, incentive rewards, and not tokens, volatile tokens, USDC rewards or stable coin rewards to make sure that you can use it on later stages. And that's it, guys. This is VXG. It's still in early stages, but we believe we hold the power to democratize esports and the whole play-to-earn industry.
Thank you, Carlos. Let me start with what do you mean with sustainable gaming?
Sustainable gaming. I mean, so the play-to-earn frameworks that we have seen in most of the games, I will pick maybe Axie Infinity, just not because they have a really poor framework or whatsoever, just because they are one of the biggest games, and I believe everyone can associate or identify what is Axie Infinity. So Axie Infinity is a game based on fighting. It's a competition game. So you hold your assets and then you compete against other persons. The problem is not the game. The game is all good. The problem is the tokenomics and the economics of the game. So they have a dual economy, and there is no problem on being a dual economy. Even if it was a simple one token economy, the problem would still be there. But with dual economies, it's very simple to make the analogy of Terra Luna. That's already one of the first points. But the second point is, so do you know? Are you familiar how it works, Max? The Axie Infinity. So. Yeah. For you to play Axie Infinity, you have to buy the AXS token, which is the Axie Infinity token. Okay, with that token, you will be able to mint. Well, it's not mint, but it's breed. The word breed new characters in the game. Okay, so that's cool. But the problem here is the token. That token that you have to buy as a value, and people receive the rewards in that token. That means, like, if I'm playing that game, okay, let's make the whole scenario. I'm a new player. I will go into the platform of Axie Infinity. I buy their token with Ethereum or USDC or whatever. Then I play the game. I win some rewards, and then I'm like, but I'm not even break even on my investment yet, so I need to play more. Okay, you play more and you are break even and you sell the tokens that you received as a reward. Okay, so what happens when you sell the tokens? You drive the price down. That's okay. That's normal. Whenever that happens, the price goes down. But at this point, you already are on the break even. But if you want to play again, you need, or you use already the characters that you have, or if you want to earn more, you have to buy more tokens to breed new characters. Okay, let's say you don't want to spend more money, but you want to continue with your characters, the ones that you already have. Cool. So you're making some calculations saying, okay, if I play 4 hours per day and I'm receiving these rewards, this means that at this price value, I will receive, let's say $10 per day from the hours that I'm making. But the next day, you will see that the token lost, I don't know, 10% of its value. Okay, now the 6 hours or the 4 hours that you had in mind in your calculations, and you will receive $10.
Become 6.
Exactly. So it's always to the point that if you are one of the earlier players to buy the tokens, cool, you bought it at a really low price. But since it's a volatile token, if you enter in a bad spot of the game, you need to play a lot of hours to be break even. If you entered in the game in a really good spot and now the price is here, you don't need to play a lot of hours because your initial investment is now in profit. But the thing is, if you make players buy your token to play your game, then the rewards being also in the same token that you are buying in, it makes not much sense, because people will get the rewards, sell the rewards, and it will drive the price of the token down. Why? Not because the token doesn't have value. That's not the point. The point is, since you are giving too much rewards, and the rewards that you are giving, it's in the native token that you need people to buy in, that will be super volatile, and that's a barrier for any person that wants to try to make a winning, or simple as that. That's a barrier for people that want to make money in gaming, basically, because it's never stable.
How does your platform
we only use stable coins. So for us, you buying our token, it means that you want to have better rewards. What I say with better rewards is, I will give you a simple example. Let's say me and you, Max, I like to play chess, you like to play chess, and you would like to compete with someone else. Like, you don't want to play more in the chess mechanics, normal mechanics. I want to actually win money from my skills. I don't want to invest $1,000, but I want to play for $1 against you. And we find this amazing platform called VXG that allows that. Okay, I deposit $1, you deposit $1. We make the matchmaking, you join a gaming pool, and you choose the variant, etc., etc. Me and you, I will play against you, but we play for $1. We don't play for one Axie Infinity token or one SLP token. You play for $1. That's it. So that means the platform takes a percentage of that match. So a percentage of the buy-ins that the two players deposited will be collected for the platform. Although, depending on your ranking, so imagine you are, I don't know, elite ranking, and I'm elite ranking 2, you will receive back a percentage of those fees that we collected. It's like a cashback system.
Yeah.
The point here is, Max, you don't need to hold our token to play games and monetize your skill, unless you want to win better rewards from the protocol, okay? The match price is always the same, but if you want to pay less fees to the protocol, then it's up to you if you want to have a ranking in our platform. And the ranking is measured by the number of tokens that you hold. So that's the point here. Also, we are based as a DAO. So of course the token is a governance. So if you want to vote in improvement proposals, and if you want to vote in other interactions in the platform, you can. But that's the main 2 features for now for the VXG token, because we will have a community treasury and etc. But the point here is, look to other protocols in DeFi. If you look to Curve, if you look to Aave, if you look to Uniswap, if you look to SushiSwap, etc., their business model is based on fees. And the token itself, the token that they have, it's to pure purposes of voting. They will have other benefits, of course, but they don't use the token as the native currency, because their business model is based on fees, which means they collect fees from the users using the platform, and the fees are based on valuable tokens or Ethereum or USDCs and other networks and other currencies of the networks. So that's the biggest difference. Is we don't use the token that we create to be a currency.
When it comes to, we can go back to that slide. When it comes to the developers, how do you increase the growth and the income for them?
For the game developers, so that's simple. Let me put it here. So for game developers, that's really simple. Our mechanics, as I said, it's based on fees. So if a game developer deploys a game into VXG, he will have a wallet receiver. So that means he needs to put an address on our developer dashboard to say where this project will receive the match fees of each game that users play. So let's say you deploy Super Mario Kart, okay? You are the game developer. And then you type in your address to receive the fees, and then comes me and 5 other friends of mine that want to compete on your game. So we compete on your game. I'm the winner. I will receive the rewards. The other players receive the rewards, but the match fees goes to the game developer, because we are the layer. Of course, we will take a small percentage of that fee, but the main fee will go to the game developer, and it will be on stable coins, not on different tokens. So let's say you are a Web2 or even a Web3 developer, but you don't have the competition side in your game, or you haven't created. Okay, let's deploy the game in VXG. They handled the competition side, the matchmaking side, and I just need to be happy and receive the fees in my wallet, the wallet that I typed in the developer dashboard from VXG.
I ask you to come to this one. I'm very curious to see the tournaments. Where is the upside for the tournaments? Bringing more games and more users on the platform?
Well, the tournaments is different from the instant matches. The gaming pools are instant matches, and tournaments are scheduled events. The tournaments allows you to have, well, first it will take more time than an instant match, but the tournaments is a group of players. So for example, if a tournament allows you to have 100 players in that tournament, it's different from a gaming pool. The tournament is usually how gaming platforms start their platforms, but we don't see it that way, because for a tournament to be profitable, let's say for everyone, a minimum at least of 10 players should be in there. So for us, it's easier to give options to the players to have instant matches. So they don't need to wait for a match to occur at 6 p.m. let's say. They just need to go there. Okay, there is people playing. Let's join the gaming pool, and maybe in 1 minute I will find a match. In a tournament, no. In a tournament is group of players wait for that scheduled time, and then they will compete. They will battle whatsoever in whatever game they want to have a tournament. But tournaments are something that is focused on players that can have a really long session, and gaming pools or GPs are matches or are game modes focused on players that don't have such a long period of time to play in this case.
Based on this business model, where do you see most of the income coming from?
Well, I see from players, because players are the ones that make the game buzz. So if there is a community of chess players playing the chess game will be a buzz, or there will be a hype of that game. So I see the most of the revenue in the first stages of the protocol will come from players, definitely. Players will always be the mandatory step for any game. If you don't have players, you don't have a game, basically. So, so basically, it's players. Players will consist in the biggest part of the revenue at this stage. But the benefit is we are not a competitor of any game. We are a revenue booster for games. Yeah. So for us, games might think, oh, this is a competitor. No, not at all. We are not a competitor. We are actually trying to give you more resources and revenue streams other than your NFTs or your game and selling items in your game. We are giving more. Like, imagine your game is very competitive, okay? And since we are on blockchain, all the data is open, so it's public. So the data service is actually that on the marketplace. If you look to the data service, is actually VXG collecting data from different matches, saying, okay, guys, we have collected, I don't know, maybe 10 gigs of data played in VXG. If you want to study your opponent better, well, by this size of data, these 10 gigs of data, and analyze it, put it on PO solver, put it on chess solvers. I don't know. Depends on the game, of course, but there is multiple possibilities in the gaming space when the data is open, because then you can do coaching, because coaches have a reliable source of data. Then data is available for coaches, or even if you don't want to coach, if you are an independent player, just go and collect data and start analyzing data from your opponents. You are a guy that likes skins and want to make trading in skins. Well, you will have it. Then we speak about the interoperability of assets in blockchain. Skins will be a great way to make money, especially for players in blockchain, because you can use skins in multiple games. So let's say I create a skin and somehow it's rare. Then you can use it in different blockchains or in different platforms if they accept your skin. So another way to make money.
You are in the early stage, but where do you see your company? What's the vision of your company? Where do you want to go?
Where do I want to go? Well, the way I envision this is simply a platform, online and later on physical, where people can step in, enter in, and they just can monetize their skills. This for players, in my vision for players, is I really believe that in maybe 10 years, I don't know the time, I'm just shooting out, but maybe in 10 years, what do I see is anyone will be able to play games for money. And what I mean play games for money, I don't mean casinos. No, that's not it. Play against someone else and win money. Because with the COVID, I'm pretty sure you listen to all of this. With the digital acceleration hit us, but hit us really hard. So what I'm seeing is players not only also want fun, but they want to make money from games. And we are seeing esports making a day. We are seeing esports gathering multiple sources of income for players. But the players at the end have the worst revenue from them, because who's taking most of the money is publisher, media rights, etc. So democratizing the esports world is what makes sense. And the way I envision VXG in maybe five years is a global platform that everyone can monetize their skill playing different competition games. It can be FIFA, it can be solitaire, it depends, but only skill games, not casino games, only skill games. That's the way I see it. You see multiple players, football players, for example, shifting their attention to streaming, because they know that they at the end they will finish their career, especially footballers. They're 30 something, and they are focusing now into esports. Like even if they are not going to be professionals, they are focusing on that. And that's the way I see it for players, is they have an open source platform that they don't have to trust because it's safe, and that's it. I know that as a player, I will believe that it will be a platform that will benefit everyone. For the content creators, I see it on content creators and game developers. I see it in two ways. So content creators need to first understand that Web3 is not scams. Okay, I understand why they believe in this, but they need to understand this, and it's not pumps and dumps. But on the gaming side, Twitch and YouTube, I believe they are sleeping a bit in how to leverage the experience of a content creator. And the way I believe it here is VXG will be one of the main sources for a content creator, and to also give resources of revenue to their communities. How? So the gaming pools you can create, if you are a content creator, you can create a gaming pool, and that means the fees will go to you. But another feature that we want to have is anyone can play with their favorite content creator, but not as just, oh, I want to play with you and let's play. What I mean is, let's leverage that interaction, and let's say who wants to play with you. Let's say, Max, you are the content creator. I am the person who wants to play with you, and I have other 5 people that want to play with you. I say, I want to play with Max for €5. Then comes Fernando and says, well, I actually want to give him $20. So leveraging this interaction between community and content creators is where we are seeing Twitch and YouTube sleeping, because they are just, okay, they create, they need us, and that's it. We don't need to make anything else. So for content creators are being on that side. And for the game developers will be, they just, for now, there is a few lines of codes and a few lines of text that they have to type in. But we really want to make it simple, as maybe you can create a simple game in our platform in 2 clicks. Maybe a tic-tac-toe that you can create in 1 click. I don't know. It's up to you. Whatever ideas you have it, it's going to be up to the game developer. But the way we see it for them is they look at VXG as the perfect hub to launch their game, and they know that similar to Steam, in terms of when you look to Steam, they know Steam is safe. They know the tools that they have there. They know that the support is there for them. So in all of these verticals of game developers, players, etc., we envision different things for them, but one that combines in all of them is giving the best support to all of them. Because without people, you can't make paradise. That's it.
Carlos, thank you very much for coming to BizTalk. It's been a very great pleasure. That's the future. Still a little bit complicated to understand for everyone. But I do believe we are getting there. We are already there, actually. And the market is going there. So there is a lot to go there. Yeah.
Thank you, Max.
Thank you.
I really believe. Have a good one, okay?